Hello, we are continuing with our idea of the flipped classroom. So today is day 2 of part 2 of chapter 1, and we're going to discuss angle relationships. So the first thing we need to just define is adjacent angles. So adjacent angles are next to each other. They share a vertex and side, but no interior points. So if I have angle ABC and angle CBD, I would say that angle ABC and angle CBD are adjacent. But angle ABC and angle ABD are not. Because if I put a point inside angle ABC in that alligator's mouth, it's also in alligator ABD's mouth. And then they're both trying to eat the same fish, so that doesn't work. Complementary angles are two angles that add to 90 degrees. And these can be next to each other and form a right angle, so they can be adjacent and be complementary. So ABC and CBD. Or I can say angle M and angle V if V is 60 degrees and M is 30 degrees. They don't have to be next to each other. Supplementary angles are two angles that add to 180. And again, these can be next to each other or they can be apart. So I can say L, which is 120, and M, which is 60. And these two are supplementary. A linear pair, which is really, really important, are supplementary angles that are adjacent. So this example down here of angle ABD and DBC. And then our first theorem here, our theorem says that linear pairs are supplementary. That was a lot of information. Vertical angles, when two lines intersect, the angles across from each other. So in our diagram here, angle ABD and angle CBE. We could also say angle ABE and angle DBC. And then this theorem is vertical angles are always congruent. So now let's do some example problems. A linear pair. Pair means two. So our linear pair is angle 3 and angle 4. Vertical angles have to be across from each other when we form an X. So a pair of vertical angles aren't really labeled. It would be angle 3 and angle 5. I think the 5 got left off because they intersect. There's my X, and it has to be across from each other. An obtuse angle would be angle 4. An acute angle, you could say angle 2 or angle 3. And a pair of adjacent angles, there's lots of choices. We could say angle 1 and angle 2, angle 2 and angle 3, angle 3 and angle 4, angle 4 and angle 5, and angle 5 and angle 1. Angle addition. When two angles are adjacent, you can add them together. So here we go. We have angle AOB, which is this little tiny angle, is x plus 3. And angle BOC is 4x minus 7. We know AOC is 2x plus 11. So this is where we want to use our angle addition because we know that angle AOB plus angle BOC gives me angle AOC. Because those two little ones added together equal the big one. So we can say x plus 3 plus 4x minus 7 equals 2x plus 11. So that's 5x minus 4 equals 2x plus 11. So that's 3x minus 4 equals 11. 3x equals 15. X equals 5. So now that we know x, we need to find our angle measures. So the measure of angle AOB is 5 plus 3, or 8. The measure of angle BOC is 4 times 5 minus 7, which is 13. And then the measure of angle AOC is 21 because they just add those two together. So now we're going to try example B. So we have COD, its big angle is 9x plus 4, and BOC is 4x minus 1, but BOD, which is those two added together, is 14x minus 6. So we added those angles. So for 9x plus 4, because we said COD plus BOC gives me BOD. So 9x plus 4 plus 4x minus 1 equals 14x minus 6. So 9x plus 4x is 13x. 4 minus 1 is plus 3 equals 14x minus 6. I'm going to subtract 13x. And we have 3 equals x minus 6. I add 6, and x equals 9. And then to find the angles, measure of COD, you do 9 times 9 plus 4 and get 85. BOC, I do 4 times 9 minus 1 and get 35. And then BOD, I add 85 to 35 and I get 120. So here are some more examples that I want you to try. So pause your video, try these, and then come back. Okay, so hopefully you tried these. Number one, my answer is 1 and 2 are vertical because they're across from each other. 3 and 4 are vertical. Our adjacent angles would be 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 2 and 4, and 2 and 3. Now, because 3 is 27, that means number 1 has to equal 153 because 1 and 3 are a linear pair. And then angle 1 and 2 are congruent because they're vertical, so those are both 153. And angle 4 is 27 like 3 because that's vertical. Number 2, I notice over here that 6x and 3x make a right angle. So I did 3x plus 6x equals 90 and found x equals 10. Down here, this also equals a right angle, so 12y minus 10 equals 90. So that gave me y equals 8.5. For BFC, I put 10 in for x and got that it's 60. BFD, I just said is 90 because it's a right angle. And AFB is 90 because that's also a right angle. Number 3, these two angles are a linear pair, which means they had to be 180. So our reason why is linear pair. And so I did 7x plus 2x plus 27 equals 180, and I found out x equals 17. Here, for number 4, these little marks means these two angles are congruent. Congruent means equal. So I said 12x minus 4 equals 13x minus 9. Subtracted 12x and added 9 and found x equals 5. Substituted that back in and got AOB equals 56. If you have any questions, please ask me in class.